Welcome to Sacramento and Company. I'm Guy Ferris.
And I'm Kristen Samos. Thanks for joining us this Monday.
Yes, it is Monday. You know, he's known as Yo Pal Hal, a guy who was on top of the world at age 20 when he was nearly killed in a car accident. Now Hal Elrod is sharing his story of inspiration with others. His motto, love the life you have. And hopefully we'll learn how to do that when we talk with him. Well, our next guest says creating the life of your dreams begins with loving the life that you have. He should know he almost lost his life at the age of 20.
That's right, presumed dead at the scene after being struck by a drunk driver. You could say Hal Elrod has accomplished more in his 27 years than most people do in a lifetime. We're thrilled to have the man also known as Yo Pal Hal with us this morning.
Now, where did Yo Pal Hal come from?
I had my first radio show. I started DJing at 15. My first radio show at 15, and I didn't have my name figured out. And I remember I was driving with my mom in the car one day. I said, Mom, I've got the radio show tomorrow. I don't know who I'm going to be. She goes, what about be like Hal, your pal, or your pal Hal, or make it cool like Yo Pal Hal?
Mom came up with that.
Mom sounds
Leave
like
it to
she's
Mom.
cool.
I said, Mom, you're such a dork. I'm never going to be Yo Pal Hal.
And here it is,
and
in
here
print.
you are.
Grace is the cover of my book 11 years later. Yeah, Mom's always right.
So tell us about the book and why you wrote this.
Well, when I was hit head-on by the drunk driver, I really was faced with a choice of how I was going to respond to what happened to me. And I really felt that it had happened for a reason. You heard the old adage, everything happens for a reason. And my doctors actually thought I was in denial because I was so happy. And they actually called my dad in one morning and spoke with my mother and father and said, we think Hal's in denial. We want you to talk to him and find out how he's really feeling. And so my dad came in one day. I was in the hospital bed. I couldn't walk or anything. I was in a lot of pain. And he got real serious. He said, Hal, how are you doing? I said, fine, Dad. Why? Why are you being weird? And
Wow.
he said, well, how are you doing when your friends aren't around and when you're not laughing and late at night when you're by yourself? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you depressed? All that's normal. And I was kind of taken aback, and I said, Dad, I'm great. I'm alive. And I can already see how this experience is going to help me to help other people and to create the life of my dreams, really. And I said, Dad, I live by the 5-minute rule, something I learned in my Cutco training when I was selling Cutco, which is, it's okay to be negative, but not for more than 5 minutes. You know, complain, moan, whatever you got to do, and then figure out the solution. And I learned that from my manager in Cutco training. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, it's been 3 weeks since the accident. I'm over it. You know, I've accepted it, and I'm moving on.
Wow, that seems pretty quick. 5 minutes. I mean, this is something that changed your life.
Sure.
So you made a conscious decision to make this a positive thing.
Yeah. My 5-minute rule, and I even told my dad at the time, I say I've shortened it to my 5-second rule. And my objective, I said, I'm really trying to get Dad to where I accept life before it happens, and which is kind of where I've come to today. And which is I use three simple magic words, and those words are can't change it, can't change it. My can't change it philosophy is that if any circumstance that outside of yourself that you cannot change, you simply accept it. If you can't change it, you know, I'll ask you guys a question. Are there true that there are things you cannot control? Yes or no?
Definitely.
True.
Right? So how smart is it to focus on the things you cannot control and make your happiness and emotional well-being dependent on those things? It's not very smart, right? Yeah, that's the answer. And so can't change it. I actually, in fact, I wear a bracelet that I had made that has the words can't change it. And I'll be in traffic driving, going, oh, go faster, just frustrated. Yeah, right? And then I go, oh yeah, I can't change it. I turn the radio up, and I'm just grateful for what I have, and I enjoy the ride.
So you choose to be happy and to just deal with it, knowing that you can't change it.
Absolutely. In fact, I brought can't change it reminder bracelets for.
Oh, cool.
Oh, thank you.
Guy.
And we're almost out of time.
We
for
just
Kristen.
ran out of time. Thank you for being on our
Check
show.
it out.
And he's great.
Taking life head on, and he'll be back in the area soon to sign books.
Yo Pal Hal, thank
Thanks
you
for
for
being
being
here.
here.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, and thank you for being here. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you back here for more.